it's interesting because when you look at the health of Americans, probably as recent as 15 years ago, but certainly 20 to 25 years ago. At that time, and you can look this up in the statistics part. At that time, the American people's health ranked in the developed countries of the world. America was at number 3.
Wow.
And now America is at 27.
They are?
Yeah. The road to health, no matter what age you are, there's a couple things. One, you got to cut all the sugar, or as much as you can, out of your diet.
You were saying earlier that sugar feeds cancer.
Sugar feeds cancer. Let me give you another statistic. A cancer cell consumes 20 times more sugar than does a healthy cell.
Wow.
And so when a cancer is starting to develop in your body, those cells create in you a desire for sweet, for sugar. And the sugar comes in lots of forms, of course. And so one of the things, like with my wife when she had cancer, one of the things I had, and she had always been a candy-holic.
Oh, okay.
She loved sweet stuff. And she ate candy every day.
All of those things have preservatives.
They also have
Because
preservatives.
they've got to sit on the shelf for an indeterminate amount of time.
Right.
Is she cancer-free?
Right now. We have our next checkup in November.
Okay.
Yeah. The cancer was in the tube that goes between the kidney and the bladder called urethra. They had to take that tube out, so there was nothing wrong with the kidney, but it had no way to drain, so it had to come out.
Oh.
So they took out her kidney and that tube, and then the tube that goes down into the bladder, they took out, let's say that's the tube, then they took out what they call a cuff. In other words, they take out a little bit more, okay? So that made her bladder be just a tiny bit smaller. Okay, so now she has to urinate about every 2 to 2.5 hours.
Okay.
That means even at night.
Oh, wow.
So you know you're not going to be getting quality sleep when you've got to get up every 2.5 hours to go to the bathroom.
Right.
All right. 3 months after that, we went back in for a checkup and they found cancer in the bladder.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so that's when I told myself, all right, we got to do something different. We got to not depend on just what the doctor's saying. We need the doctor's help, and I appreciate that because he saved her life. But we got to do more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I did was, I had always been a researcher on supplements. Okay, and I knew there were a couple supplements that are known to be cancer cell killers. And one of them is something that's called like the letter IP6. I had been ordering supplements from this place in Florida, and they have a panel of doctors there, the doctors in each of the specialties, heart, cancer, etc., that you can call them up and talk with them and explain to them what's going on, and they will suggest what kind of supplements. I mean, they're in business, I know that, but
right.
And they'll suggest what kind of supplements you might take. So I called this doctor up. Actually, I didn't call up the cancer doctor. I called up a naturopathic doctor.
Right.
Okay. Told him what was going on, and so he laid out a list of stuff for her to start taking.
A protocol.
That's right, a protocol. And so we ordered them. Wasn't cheap. And got her started on that. And then 3 months later, when we had her next checkup, he said, she's clear. He said, I don't see any cancer. And even now. And so I started crying, you know. And I said, sir, what did you say? And he said, I don't see any signs of the cancer. So I knew
right.
He expected to see a lot. I think he expected to see cancer again. So we do a cystoscope, and
every 3 months?
About every 3 months. Sometimes it's 4 months, depends on what he tells us, you know. And every time it's been clear.
That's awesome. And this whole thing started how long ago?
About 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And we would.
So between eliminating sugar from your diets and taking the supplements, and of course you're already eating healthy and exercising because you're out in the garden all the time.
She walks every day.
Yeah. So those are the two big changes that you made. She got rid of her sweet tooth.
Well, no, she still wants it. She still wants it. There's a saying that says, if you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, that's insanity.
If you're watching his channel, you know that Charles has a pacemaker, so.
Yeah. And you absolutely must make major lifestyle changes.
Right.
If you want to survive.
Right.
And be reasonably healthy.
You went on the internet and you researched this. You found a resource and you contacted them and you started a protocol and you were proactive.
I love the doctors. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the doctors. I had an incident where my heart stopped. My wife called 911, the ambulance come and got me, and on the way into the hospital in the big town of Huntsville, my heart stopped in the ambulance. Probably gave those guys a scare, but
yeah.
Obviously they got it started again. Got to the emergency room, it stopped again. They got it started that second time. Then shortly thereafter it stopped a third time. This time they rushed my family in behind the curtains. The doctors kindly stepped back, you know, and I was beginning to turn purple like that. The heart monitor was going across there just flat. And suddenly my daughter heard the doctor say, talking about me, he's still alive. Like, you know, like that. So they rushed the family out and did whatever they did, and
they saved your life.
And they saved my life, and I woke up a week later, you know, in a hospital and didn't know where I had been for a week.
How long was this ago?
In 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, 2009. And so I had tubes down my throat, and you know how you do in that. So I motioned for my daughter. I said, you know, let's wait. So she got me a piece of paper and pencil, and I wrote what happened. I weighed 185 pounds when I went in the hospital. I don't weigh that now, and I stayed in the hospital a month, and I went down to 155 pounds.
What are you now?
I'm about 160. I had blood clots in my heart. I had blood clots in my lungs. So I was on Coumadin, I was on Plavix, I was on aspirin, I don't know, whatever, all them blood thinners.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want them clots to get loose and go up here or what have you.
And are you on anything now? Except
none of that stuff, no.
Okay.
No. When I got out of the hospital, I immediately started back on my supplements. And so the next time that I had to go in for a checkup with my heart doctor, he told me, he said, you're doing better than we thought you were going to do. And I thought to myself, yeah, you just don't know.
Yeah, right.
You just don't know. Because, you know, I have at different times tried to talk with them about that.
Yeah.
They won't discuss it. Well, I was saying, after I had went through all of that, survived it, even for the whole year, I didn't always think I was going to make it. Took me a long time to ever get my strength back, but I did, and I'm here now, and I expect to go on and on. How much longer to go on, I don't know, but I'm going to go on.
Right.
Never give up.
That's right.
Just don't give up. Yeah, that's what I do that a lot of times, you know. Yeah, and you see me out here working, and I'm 78 years old. How, you know, people say, how can you possibly do that? And I say, I just do it.
Right. That's right.
Just go do it, you know. I bought this piece of property when I retired out of the Army.
Oh, okay.
In 1977.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Because yeah.
So it was kind of funny because the man, I bought it from an individual person, he wanted $10,900 for it.
And it's how many acres?
About 9.
Okay.
Okay. But I didn't have that kind of money. I didn't have any money. So I was a member of the Redstone Federal Credit Union. And so I went to the credit union and I said to the people there, I said, I want to borrow $10,900 to buy some property. I don't have any money to put down on it. So I need you to appraise it for the amount that will give me 80%, which will pay the $10,900. So he did.
So you paid this guy private person
Yeah.
cash.
Paid him cash. Matter of fact, paid it out in big bills.
Did you have was the house sitting
No,
there?
no, it was all woods, just like that up in there.
Oh, wow.
Nothing here but woods and a little bit of open land out there. So I did that in autumn of 1976. I retired out of the Army the first day of June in 1977, and I came out here, and I had bought a chainsaw and some other tools, and I started cutting these trees, and I didn't have any tractor or backhoe or nothing, okay? I would carry these trees, I'd cut them into blocks where I could carry them, and I'd pile them over there, all the way around where I was going to build this house. Of course, this is a little hill, as you see up in here, okay?
Yeah.
The driveway out here, you had to go around this way, around trees to get in and out.
Okay.
So once I got it all cleared out, I hired a guy to come in here with 2 backhoes and dig that basement.
Okay.
And so they dug the basement, and then I got in there and dug the footing by hand, you know, like that. Had concrete trucks come in, we poured the footing. I hired a crew to come in and lay the block walls, because I got block walls in the basement, okay? And then, keep remembering, I still don't have any money. I'm getting $500 a month retirement check. I signed up with an organization, I don't remember their name now, that would advance me the materials to build the house.
Nice.
Okay, so I looked at different blueprints and said, okay, let's go with this one.
Are you already married at this point?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Once I got ready to have materials delivered, you can't deliver materials because they'll disappear if you're not there.
Right.
So I rented a small trailer. It was maybe 25 feet long, and I set it up just about right out there. And I had what they call a temporary power pole.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we could put power into that. And I would also need it to run my saw,
Yeah.
things like that. So a tractor trailer come in with a load of everything to get what they call in the dry. Moved up, and he went backward pretty fast, and he hit the brakes, and all that stuff go whoom.
Oh, wow.
And fell right out there on the ground. And so then I'd never built anything in my life, not even a doghouse.
And you built this house?
And I built a house.
Wow.
It took me 18 months working from daylight to dark, almost as many hours a day as I could go.
And you guys were living in the trailer?
And we were living in the trailer.
Did you have your daughter at this point?
Yes, she was 10 years old. She was going to Hazel Green School. By November, I had it in the dry. Okay, so I quit renting the trailer, and we started living in the basement.
Okay.
We had no running water. We had one single light bulb hanging in the ceiling, you know.
Did you have a well, or?
Oh yeah, I did put a well down. There's a well up there in the back. And had no toilets, no bathroom, nothing.
Well, you probably built an outhouse or something.
I built an outhouse, which I used. We would heat water on we heated with a wood stove down in the basement.
Right.
The stove is still sitting there too. I'll show it to you. And that's how my daughter and wife would take a bath, and I would take a bath occasionally too, maybe once a week. And so I worked on that house for 18 months. And I got down to where I didn't have any money left in the bank. When I started, I had about $4,000 saved up. So I got down to where I didn't have any money left in the bank. I was still getting my $500 retirement check. So I decided it was time for me to go looking for a job.
Okay.
So I wound up going to work in a place in Huntsville making telephones, GTE, $6.10 an hour. And this was in 78, because it took me 18 months to work on that house. Yep, first thing I did after we got through with it, first thing I made upstairs was a bathroom. And then the next thing I did was build a kitchen.
Nice.
You know, so we could cook.
Well,
and then I started working on the bedrooms, and then eventually the living room.
This is a testament to all of a lot of your life's work right here.
Oh yeah, we've been living here 40 years. It'll be 40 years this October.
Was the pond always here?
No, that was a swamp.
Did you clean it out?
Yeah, that was a swamp. Snakes and frogs and everything. Yeah, that was a swamp. You see that open right through there? It drains right there from that field over there. And at that time, all that field was woods.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was surrounded by woods. I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking, you don't think so. Okay. So I was surrounded by 3 sides on woods. This is exactly what I wanted. My property line going that way is about 600 to 700 feet. I went as far back off of that main road as I could and still be on mine, and it's only about 100 feet, a little over 100 feet from the house to my back line there.
Okay.
So I was getting as far off that road as I could. I had woods on 3 sides of me. You ever heard somebody say, if I had lots of money, I would buy 100 acres and build my house right in the middle of it?
That would be you.
That's an introvert talking.
That would be you.
That's an introvert talking.
If you enjoyed this video, please watch these. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you in the next video.
I look at the trees.